What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Finally got my shipment in from Raw Frozen Scents. We're gonna go put some scrapes in today. Got my Magnum dripper. I usually already have them, most of them in by at least July, but I'm running late this year, so we're gonna put one in today. Today's September 1st. Like I said, normally I already got them in, so I figured I'd open this up and show y'all what I got. This is the early season package from them. This stuff is 100% real. This ain't no fake stuff. They ship it to you straight off the deer, freeze it, send it right to you. Comes in a little frozen, well, not a frozen box, but it's froze. Let's say it like that. Comes with an ice pack in there. Keeps everything fresh. Just keeps it frozen, and if it unthaws a little bit, it's not that big of a deal. But you just throw it right back in the freezer. It's packed in here good, so it's kind of hard to get out of here. But they give you all kinds of little, whatever them things are, sprayers, I guess you could say. I love this stuff. If y'all watch my Facebook channel, y'all see on my Facebook page, y'all will see every year I have pretty good success with these scents. They the past 2 years I've had some really good bucks come into these scents. But they just come in little 4-ounce bottles. This is the scrape lure. The early season package, it comes with just scrape lure and like 2 or 3 bottles of estrus. But this stuff is it's the jam. Got some calming scent. I'll put a link in, a better description in the description page, box, whatever. I can't remember exactly how many comes with it, but it's like 10 or 15 bottles. And all these are froze. You got common, this bag just smells like deer. I mean, common scent, scrape lure. It's got a couple estrus in here somewhere, but I ain't really worried about the estrus right now. What I do is, there's multi-buck urine, scrape lure. I mean, it's like, you can smell it. But what I'll do is, I'll go in there and I'll make my mock scrape, pour one of the scrape jars directly into the scrape, and then I'll put a couple in the Magnum dripper here and let it drip on it during the day. And I'll also cut me a limb. We'll go over that when we get there. Just kind of throwing it out there, what I kind of do. Do you gotta do this? No, but I enjoy watching them on camera. I mean, if I don't kill them, I like to see how they interact with each other around the scrapes. If y'all seen my video of the bucks last year when they came in and snort wheezing and doing all kind of crazy stuff, that's what I enjoy seeing. Even if I don't get to kill the deer, I just enjoy watching them. Let's get this stuff packed up and get at it. Supposed to get about 81 today. I want to hurry up. I ain't gonna take all this. Can't remember how much the 2 to 3 weeks on 4 fluid ounces. I think these is 4-ounce bottles, 20-ounce bottles. Okay. Let's see. We'll get 2 scrapes, and also it comes with some scent wicks too. You can either pour the bottle in the drippers, or you can use the sprayers to spray the scrapes or tree limbs or whatever, or the drippers, or the scent wicks. But that's about it. And here in another week or so, I'll order some more extra scent, because that stuff, it's on point. I mean, you can't get no fresher. I mean, it comes straight off the dough, packaged up, and they send it right to you. Can't get no fresher. I think I'll put a multi-buck in there too. I usually mix them up, like, because they can tell the difference between different scents. Their smell so good. So I usually have like an estrus in there, a multi-buck, all in the same dripper, because they like I said, they can tell the difference of different scents. It's like somebody running dogs over there. Scrape. Yeah, let's go with the multi-buck and two scrape lures. Yeah, sounds good. But I'll get back with y'all when I get there. show y'all how I make my mock scrapes and what I go through to get them done. Kind of sleep, so this intro is kind of stupid, but I ain't been up long. I'm trying to hurry up. Got me a full throttle in the truck and it ain't kicked in yet. Sound like they done jumped over there. So I guess somebody's dogs got out. Anyways, I'll get back with y'all here in a little bit. All right, y'all, we're back out here at the blind. Finally got here. I got stuck in some traffic, so it's a little later than what I was expecting to be here. But the first step is to figure out what tree you want to use. As you can see, I got a dead pine tree right here, and I could use just this tree by itself the way it is, but after doing this a couple years, I found out that they love cedar limbs, or if you can find an oak limb or something to hang down, for some reason they tend to love those more. So what I'll do is I'll get me a cedar limb, and hang it from here, and I'll zip tie it to this tree so they won't knock it down. And then I'll have my dripper. I'll put another stick up here to hold the dripper, and I'll have my scrape right here. That way the cedar limb will be hanging out right here, and the scrape will be right here under that limb. But I don't know what it is, you know, a cedar tree is already kind of aromatic anyways. I mean, you can smell it. So I guess that's what it is, but I've already cut a limb. I cut this off a tree back over in the woods. I couldn't take the camera in there, it's too thick, but for some reason they like cedar limbs. And I don't get into the whole wearing gloves and scent-free stuff like that. I don't think it makes a difference. I've been doing this for a while, and like I've had them come right after I've done it. So the first step is figure out where you want it. Some people put them head high, but I kind of like it about waist high. It seems that they like it better like that. That way they don't got to get all up in here and try to rub their glands and stuff on it. So I'll put it about waist high, somewhere around in there, because it's gonna hang down a little bit. That's a little higher than waist high, but to me that's been a perfect height right there. They don't got to get too crazy and get all up in there. It's kind of eye level with them, nose level. So I've seen that usually works pretty good. What I'll do is I'll zip tie it, and after the season I'll cut these out. I was using electrical tape, and that way if I did forget it would eventually fall off the tree. But after the season I'll go and take these out, cut them down, which that tree's dead anyway, so it don't really matter, but I don't like leaving stuff in the woods. But I'll take 2 or 3 zip ties, zip tie that limb, if I can get these open. You got these at old Green Acres General Store. Pretty good folks. It's on Greenwood Drive. Y'all go check them out. They got a little bit of everything. It's a normal general store. They got all kind of parts for whatever. Corn, straw, all that good stuff. Y'all go check them out. But yeah, I'll zip tie this limb to the pine tree here. Make sure it's good and snug. And if I need to get another limb to put the dripper on, I'll do that. But I might be able to. The scent don't have to literally drip directly in the center of the scrape. As long as it's around it, they'll work it in. I'm using this tree because it's a good shot from my blind over there. I got a cedar tree behind me that I could just use, but it ain't a good shot. I usually already have these working. It's going in like July. I mean, even sometimes before that. Sometimes in June. But now it's secure. It ain't going nowhere. He can come in here and rub it all over the place, and it ain't going nowhere. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to put another limb up there to put the dripper on, because I don't know if that's gonna be strong enough. But then what I'll do is I'll right close to somewhere directly under the limb here, I'll go in here and just kick it out real good. If you need to, get a stick, which the ground's pretty soft, but move this stuff. I make them big, that way they can see it. That way it gives them a good visual. Because if you think about it, when you see a scrape, you can't miss it. It's there. Kick that dirt out like that, and I'll hit it again once I throw the scent in there. Kind of work it in. There we go. Hope y'all can see that, but when they come walking across here, if they smell it, they'll see that scrape, and then they'll come over and check it out. These Magnum drippers, I use these yearly. They last, sometimes it lasts longer than a year, but sometimes the bag in there will get kind of, I guess, dry rotted from being in the sun. So sometimes they'll quit working, but it ain't that much. Old Magnum. Good Lord, check out that fresh A&D gutter gear. If y'all need some gutters, y'all just go check them out, A&D Gutters. They on Facebook. They do some good work. Y'all go check them out. Give them boys a call. Damn, I'm out of breath. Gotta lose some weight. Phew. Fat boy status. How am I supposed to go trekking and kill the big buck if I can't get there? So I got this one. So I got this blind right outside the truck. It might be able to, might be strong enough. See, it'll drip down on the leaves, but that don't matter. It'll work its way down through there. Let's see. I don't like that. Let me get another limb. Be right back. There we go. That's a little stiffer. That way I can get it higher above the scrape. You don't want it. You don't want the drip bottle hanging directly in their face, because that's something you're gonna be touching all the time. Because I want to come in here, reach up, change the, or add liquid without touching anything once it gets closer to the season or closer to the rut, because they'll be coming in here checking this thing right often. Might need some more. Once they start checking it and I start coming in here more, you know, I'll do my scent control stuff. But it's gonna be a week or two before they actually start hitting it. They'll come by and check it out, but once I come in here and start messing with it, I want to be scent free. Try to be. You're never scent free, but you want to be as good as you can get. Let's see, that's perfect. Let's see if we can't get it down a little bit more. Go right there. There we go. See how sturdy that is. I wanted it a little bit higher. Wanted it a little higher. Let's go with that. I like doing it like this because you can adjust the height. You can move it around. You can also, if you can find a tree on the side of a field or something, especially an oak tree, you can cut a limb and hang it from the tree. About the same height, you can hang it down and it does the same thing. Or you can just find a good tree that looks like a good place where the deer would make a scrape. So I got my limb right here. This is where they're gonna come in and use their nasal glands, rub up in here. And I have my drip bag right above it, so it'll drip down in the scrape. What I do with that piece. Also, I'll bring a scent wick with me, and I'll hang it. It don't really matter, somewhere around in here. Sometimes, a lot of times I hang it on a limb. I'll probably just hang it right here. That way I can bring a bottle in, dip it, and I don't really got to touch nothing. And I can come in here and touch this up high, keep it out of the scent range. God, that stuff stinks. You can really smell it. But I'll just stick the wick up in the limb here, tighten it down a little bit. Yeah, this scrape lure, this stuff is rank, man. What I'll do is I'll put 2 bottles of scrape lure in the dripper, and then I'll spray some or pour some multi-buck urine in the scrape itself, and I'll pour a little bit of this in there too to get started. Old raw frozen scents, baby, can't beat them. Make sure this thing's good and tight. Let's go ahead and dip the wick. Let me dip my wick right quick. Then I'll pour the rest in the bottle. Let it soak in pretty good. Whew. I'll work this in a little bit. Get this stuff on your hands, it's gonna be there for a little bit. I try to keep as much as I can in the dripper. That way it drips during the day. It builds up moisture in here and it'll loop around the little, I call it a P-trap, but it'll loop around during the day and start sweating, and it'll drip out during the day and it'll quit at night when everything cools back down. Time for some multi-buck. Pour a little bit of this in here. Just kind of drip it around. You don't need much. People think you got to really saturate stuff. And a lot of times I'll even pee in it myself if I got to pee, because that pee's pee. Sometimes I'll pee in a buck scrape and they'll come back and check it later on. Let them know that I'm the dominant buck. Then I'll take it, kind of get it close. Don't squeeze it because it'll shoot it all out of the bottle. Go somewhere right in there, see how strong this limb is. Oh yeah, that'd be perfect. Just tie a little small knot in there, that way you can undo it. And that's it. See, it's kind of off a little bit, but it don't really matter. They're gonna scratch it around. I used to give it a little squeeze and make sure there's some in the tube. That way I know it's gonna be working when I leave. Then all that, I'll spray it in here. I'll go in here and spread it around. And that's it. That's how I make my mock scrapes right there. Ain't nothing to it. And look, it seems like a lot, but like I said, I just enjoy doing it, seeing what the deer do when they come in here, how they react with it. It looks good. I gotta head out and put another camera out on some public. Got a little spot I want to go check out and see how that's going. But yeah, that's it. I'm ready. Season coming in 2 weeks. Like I said, I usually got these already working back in June, July. So I have worked them all year, but you know, that stuff's expensive to buy, so you don't want to do it all year. I mean, you can if you got the money, but I ain't got it. I'm gonna spread a little corn out right out here in front of the blind. I got my food plot coming up. It's still a little early, but it's coming up for sure. It's got some weeds in there, but once you get out there, you can see the clover and the chicory coming up. I'm ready. I'm excited. All right, y'all. That's how I make my mock scrapes right there. Maybe y'all be able to take something from it and add it to y'all's arsenal, and you know, do something a little different to y'all's mock scrapes. But this is how I do mine. If y'all don't mind, hit that like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Y'all kill a big one. Later.